Hey guys, how's it going? James here from Audio.etc. I thought today, because I've just installed a stereo in this, what is it, a Nissan Primera or something, and I'm doing speakers as well, just a basic set, Pioneer TSG 1645R. I thought this might be a good opportunity for me to redo or remake that video I made a while ago, the professional speaker wiring trick video that I made when I was just sort of starting out doing car audio videos, and I filmed it terribly because I was working with my digital camera. I couldn't see what I was doing. I wasn't really, up with filming things like that, so I thought I'm doing pretty much the same thing today. I might as well film it and do an updated version of that video so you can understand it better. So here's the speaker out of the car. As you can see, the entire membrane is shot out. So when the speaker's membrane is shot out like this, since we always give speakers out of cars back to the customer, unless it's a situation like this where it's so damaged that I know they're never going to go back in the car, there'd be no point in putting these back in the car, which means I can pretty much do with this what I want. And I really like it when they come with, if you look here, there's this plastic sort of clip thing on here, which the speaker wire, if I find it, here it's really short, but it does just plug in like that. And that's really handy. I much prefer that sort of plug-in system to the classic, aftermarket speaker terminal crimpy things. So what I like to do is take this whole white assembly off the speaker and connect it to here. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. It's a neat little trick that I've learned. It makes the installation look really clean and super easy. You don't have to solder any wires or anything in there or do any crimping or anything like that. You just transfer this from here to there, and then it just plugs straight in. So that's what I'm going to show you how to do today. Now this time round I will set up my camera much better than I did last time. Okay, so I'll start by taking this off. Now, how do I usually do this? First thing is I get my soldering iron and I desolder the Fabian wires. Are they Fabian or Fabian? I honestly can't even remember. So you just sort of, if I melt the solder again, sort of push on it like that, get it out of there. And now this side. There we go. So that's those disconnected. Now, so the way this is held on is it slides on, then there's a little plastic clip in there. I find a really good way to get it off is you just sort of shove a little flat blade down there and twist, and pretty much just until it breaks that little clip and slides off. Come on. Sometimes they're harder than others. In fact, what you can do is just get your little side cutters, get them in there, and just completely cut that piece off. There we go, and it slides off like that. Sometimes there'll be, as you can see, a bit of glue there, so it can be a bit hard to get off, but there you go. That speaker's bound for the trash now because it's useless. So now I've got this little white thing. I like to reduce this down as much as I can so it's easy to mount to the new speaker. So I use my snippers and completely take off the rails, like these parts. I take off these front feet leg things and any bits like that. Okay, so now I need to do like a test fit. So this should just sort of sit on around about there. Now, because I'm going to solder this on. Now, one thing I just realized I should have done, because I didn't do it, was test the polarity on this speaker here. I should have done this first, but I forgot, but it's okay. So I've got a battery here with a positive and a negative. This is just like a D battery or whatever. This should make the speaker move. It can be a bit harder once you've got those terminals off, but I just need to figure out what side's positive. Okay, so I got that right. This side is positive, which means it was sitting like this, so that side is positive. So now I just need to transfer this positive terminal here to the positive terminal of the speaker here, which is like that. Often it's quite convenient. You'll find that the positive Fabian wire on speakers are almost always on the right if you're looking at it from the back. I have come across occasions where it's on the left and you have to like switch it around, but most of the time the positive terminal will be on the right hand side of the speaker. So now, oops, so that's probably going to solder on about sort of there-ish. So what I do is I get the underside of this soldering iron, and I tin up the underside of this. I want it to be a nice sort of tall dollop as well. Oops, kind of like that. Something along those lines. And now, just need to melt the two together. Do be careful when you're doing this. Yes, it is true you can damage voice coils with heat from a soldering iron. But you just got to do it nice and quickly. As soon as the solder melts, let it off. Don't ever heat it for too long at a time. It's kind of one of those skills you pick up on as you do this for a while, after you've done this for a while. So now that is completely soldered on there. If you look at the underside, yep, both sides are soldered. And now this can pretty much just, this should be able to pretty much just plug in. Like that. Plugged in. Sometimes what I will do, depending on what the area in behind here is like, if there's like metal or something, sometimes what I would do is file off all the plastic on the underside of this thing and have this whole thing sitting much further forward directly over the terminals rather than off below it. That's another way you can do it. I mean, that way is a wee bit stronger as well, but if this way works, then it works just fine. Like, it's not hitting on anything, should be right. It just plugs in, and now the speaker will just line up. And it looks like this speaker pod has a couple of locators on it that I need to cut off. There we go. Like that. Average. There we go. Done. Turn the key on. Sweet. And now this completely rooted thing. Sometimes I put them in the trash, sometimes I actually destroy these and salvage their whole mounting basket for something else that we may use it for. But pretty much goes in the trash. So there you go guys, that's my revisited video of how to professionally wire up a speaker in situations like that. Makes it real easy to plug the speaker in, and the installation is really clean as well. All you need is a soldering iron, some solder, and what did I use? A flat blade screwdriver to get that thing off, and that was about it. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoyed this video, found it helpful maybe. Not sure whether or not I'll take down the old one or leave it there and link it to here somehow, but there you go guys, that's something different. There is more legacy stuff coming up soon, don't worry. Thank you guys for watching, choose to be happy, and I'll catch you in the next video. Ka kite anō.